Hey everyone, Kelly coming to you from beautiful St. Mary's campus. We just finished our prayer group, and so today's morning motivator, I might have to change my times a little because I'm wanting to do more live, fresh stuff, and just, I sit there and I can type it and I can think about it, but you know what, I'm dyslexic and my writing and sometimes probably doesn't come across as good as my heart in speaking. So in letting love be your guide, there's this saying that I've been just really thinking about lately, and it's like, live in your head, you're dead. And so think about it. When we're in our head, we're thinking of, maybe our children were bad at school, or we had a rough morning, or just something in life's not going right, and we're replaying that script over and over and over again, and all of a sudden you're going to feel this drain of energy. It's like all of a sudden, have you ever been where you're like, man, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, or you're just living every single day and you're like, man, I shouldn't feel this tired. And a lot of times that psychic bandwidth that we just kind of let the mind just go over and over and over again. So there's just an exercise real quick that I'm just going to show you. If you just kind of take a deep breath and just let it out and just go from the head. I just kind of like put your hand on the heart and then start saying every single thing that you're grateful for. And I promise you, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what, the world can be falling apart, people can be talking about you, whatever it is, believe me, and just not even going there, right? Because what someone else's opinion of me, why would I ever let that determine who I am, right? Because I'm created from God, right? God loves me. And so it's like, I would never say that, a butterfly isn't beautiful, or be in the head. So this is what I was gonna just kind of say and love and just do. But if we start to say how grateful we are. So today I'm grateful for the trees, I'm grateful for the grass, I'm grateful for my heart that's beating, I'm grateful for this face that can just kind of be on live TV right now, and not stress about it. Before, I would normally want to go get my lipstick on and my earrings and just make sure I looked a little decent, but it's like, you know what? The end of the day, all this is going to fade. What do they say? Your face is going to become your neck one day anyway. So, but just being that grateful and that gratitude and in the heart, and it's like just being grateful for the ground that we're standing on. I mean, look at this beautiful school, and I get to do a prayer group right over there at that little tiki hut. And so it's like just being grateful for the sun that's on my face, and just being grateful. And so every day, it's like we want to get out of our situation. And this is true in business too, because what I've seen is if I ask questions, right? Questions determine everything. So if I ask myself, like, how come I'm in lack? What's going to show up in my life? And I used to do this, when back when, me and my husband lived off we lived off $1,800 a month and things were really scary. I would say, why are we so broke? Which created more of us being broke and desperate, right? But when I started asking questions like, how could I be a six-figure income earner, right? What are ways that I can do to be a six-figure income earner? And you know what I realized? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to do the least amount of work to get the biggest results. And when that... Oh, hey, Debbie. I love you, Debbie. Oh, cool. Oh my God, give me a kiss. Debbie Weiner, she is amazing. Look, I love you, Debbie. The universe is beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? What a support. Oh my God, she saw me over here. How cool. I love you, girl. And Debbie rocks. This girl rocks. I'm telling you, this girl does everything for the school. She is just amazing and just heartfelt and beautiful, and I could just cry thinking about how beautiful. But do you see how sweet that was? I almost am wanting to just cry, because in life, are we doing that for each other? Are we building people up the way that they need to be built up? And when you start to get people in your life and you start to love on people in a way that is building people up, you're going to start to see extraordinary things. And so, Debbie, I love you. Woo! She is a rock star. So anyway, just like letting love be your guide. And so when back when I was really broke, I would always say, how come we're broke, or why this or why that, or I would even think that maybe God was doing that something to me, and I'm like, gosh, the thought of that thinking now, I just would never even, and so remember in the scripture it says, ask and you shall receive. So it's like at the end of the day, how can we ask questions in a way that we receive a great answer? So like, when I started asking those questions and how could I be a six-figure income earner? All of a sudden it's like the universe started giving me ideas and God and just creation. And it was just like, man, I saw how to make money everywhere. It was just like falling all around me, right? It was like, oh my gosh, opportunity here. So then it's like asking myself now, right? Okay, so because in my heart I have it that making six figures is easy. When you start saying that making six figures is easy, effortless, what's showing up in my life? Effortless. So now the moment and the trick is, okay, who do I have to become? You know, how can I make $1 million? Things get excited, right? When you start saying, okay, six figures is easy. How do I become a millionaire? How do I become a multimillionaire? Right? How do I own my mind in such a way that making billions is easy? And so, you know, Tony Robbins always says this, we're 2 millimeters away from greatness. 2 millimeters. And so a lot of times we think that we're like 1,000 miles away from it, but we're never, hey Gazelle, hey Charity, we're never 1,000 miles, we're 2 millimeters. And here's where the 2 millimeter difference. The game is won or lost in our head. And poverty is a mindset. So if I told my kids when they want something, I love this. When my kids ask me for something, and lately, you know, when I didn't have a lot of money, I hated to say no. So I would always try to like give them what they wanted to make up for like me feeling like, you know, we don't have. Now that God's like blessing us and my kids ask, can I have this? I say, you know what? We're choosing not to spend our money there at this moment because we have dreams and visions and things that we want to do as a family. And they get, oh my gosh, right? Because I'm not saying no, you know, like I'm not spending $20 on that toy when we can spend $20 on our money machine. I'm not spending $30 on this when we can put that towards our future and our goal and our money machine that's creating more money. Like, so I don't want to say that, you know, to the kids. So it's like, okay, guys, we could do that. Like, if you want your toy, but we're choosing not to put our money there. And what that does is it opens up the space for them to not ever hear the words, we don't have the money. Because when we start to say that to our kids, we don't have it, that costs so much money, we're letting them look through those eyes and that filter, and what are they gonna grow up thinking? Money's hard, money's not easy to get, right? And you know, it's like when you're kind of around people that are multi-millionaires, their kids think differently because they've seen a different lifestyle. So even if you feel like you're in lack, even if there's not money to even eat, and your kids say, you know, can we get this? You should say, you know, we're choosing not to spend our money there at this moment. And so, you know, and creating that magical space with them, no matter what you're going through. You know, in life too, it's like that gratitude heart. You know, life can be pretty rough, right? I mean, we've all been through some major, major, major heartbreaks. So, but if we lead with that, like life is hard, it's a struggle, I'm tired, right? And even now you can see my body. So like if I say life is tired and I kind of just slump my shoulders back and I walk where like life is tired, am I going to be able to create those magical moments? Am I going to walk into multi-millions? It's not going to happen, right? So, you know, a lot of times we use our body against us. So, you know, if you ever feel like you don't have energy, just sit up in your car, take in that deep breath. I'm filled with energy. I'm amazing. Energy is just coming to me right now. Every day and every way, I'm growing stronger and stronger and stronger. Every day and every way, abundance is attracting to me. Every day and every way, God loves me, right? You start saying some of these things, I promise you cannot go. You know, it was so beautiful yesterday. My mom was like, let me get in a Bible study. Look at the famous cat, Dean. I love you. I love you. Look, okay, guys, Kat is just an extraordinary woman. Say, hi. This is the girl that is fundraising for the entire school, and she is beautiful at it. She's brilliant at it. She can ask for money, and you just don't get upset. You just want to give her whatever she asks for. That is an art form, Kat, Dean.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Look.
Here's a sponsor.
I love you. See? Woo! I love you. Woohoo! Oh, I love you. So, see how cool? But anyway, so just being in that space to just really open up and just love on people and just really show them their worth and their value. And oh my gosh, this is my first live feed I've done at the school, and man, it's just so great to have such a support system and love. So every day and every way, I'm growing stronger and stronger. And you start saying that. And you know, my mom said something yesterday when I walked in. She's like, I really want to do this Bible study because I really want to be, you know, feel connected and in God's presence. And I said, Mom, you can feel like you're in God's presence right now. Let's start just being grateful for everything. And I kind of just threw her away because I'm like, you know, you're running to a Bible study, which is beautiful. I love, oh my God, I want to go with her. I love it. I love it. But you're running to a Bible study, you know, to feel like really like that connection to the Spirit. You're wanting to feel that spiritual aliveness. You start being grateful for everything in your life right now, and you start, I mean, even if you can't pay your bills, I am grateful that we have a house. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful that we're, you know, this. I'm great. Even if you've got a car and you're living in your car, I'm grateful that we have a car that we can live in. And you start saying everything that you're grateful for, it is only a matter of time before you have outgrown where you're at and you just keep stepping forward into your destiny. And so when we started doing that yesterday, you could see my mom's face just lit up. We started, you know, and I made her start going over every employee she's grateful for, every piece of paper on her desk. I mean, you start every form, right? I get to donate money. I'm excited to. Do you see the difference? Versus, oh my God, they want money from me, right? No, I get to be a part of this amazing, you know what I mean, school and contribute. Praise God. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited to do that. Do you see the difference? Right? And now how can I donate in such a way that it matters and makes a difference? Right? How can I donate, you know, and it's like I see these trick-or-treat bags. What can I put in the trick-or-treat bags to impact, right? To impact people's lives? What can I get to, you know, I can do a food, whatever I choose to do, but it's like, what can I get creative, right? Because when I'm grateful, that space opens up, and when that space opens up, right? It's the space in our brain. So I love you. Always lead with love. You know, and some days it's hard to put a smile on. If you guys knew the amount of things that are going on in my life right now, crazy, exciting things, but it's overwhelming. You know what I mean? And part of me, you know, there's a part of me that like in my mind would be like, oh my God, I'm not ready for stuff like this, you know, and I'm not ready for these kind of things. But yes, I am, right? I am. I'm so ready, right? And if I don't have the answers, I align myself with others that do. And with the world and information, you have access to everything that you want. If you want to learn how to, you know, be the best, you know, realtor, the best teacher, the best speaker, the best coach, we have access to everything. So before, you know, we could use the excuse, I don't have the money to get the education. There's always resources. And today, like never before in time and history, you have all the resources available to you. Mainly for, you know what I mean, for free, with YouTube and everything else. Everything that I paid 10 grand to go to Tony Robbins for, I can Google on YouTube and get it for free. Now, I'm not in the energy. I'm not getting to rub shoulders with the person to my right or to my left that may change my destiny. But at the same time, I'm getting that information. And what's so beautiful is when I miss something, or, you know, say I just didn't click and I go back and I Google this person's name and I look up their information, it's right there for me. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, I can watch this 3 times today. Also, another tip, I know I'm giving a lot and this motivator should be really quick, and I got to go work out soon, but, you know, at night, what are you listening to? You know, if you're going to bed with white noise on the TV and you're letting whatever program that's going to be on about blenders or shoes or jewelry, you know, kind of like replay over and over in your head, or if a scary movie comes on, that goes right into the subconscious. And so at the end of the day, you know, put Think and Grow Rich on your phone and go to bed listening to that white noise, you know, getting the subconscious to really line up with what you want. Because if I said that, you know, I love my husband, but then I'm cheating on him, it's very incongruent, right? If I say I want to be a millionaire, but then yet spending every day watching, you know, junk TV and eating bonbons and ho-ho, I'm not in alignment. So a lot of you have big dreams, but you're missing the alignment part. So who do you have to become? What do you have to do in order to make those dreams a reality? And you know, when you start thinking like that, not, oh, everyone else is making it and I'm not, but oh my God, who do I have to become to be a millionaire? Who do I have, you know what, million to billions. I mean, who do I need to do? What do I need to think? How do I need to be? How do I need to act? You know, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, I just need to start being grateful for every single thing in my life, and no matter where I'm at right now. Right? No matter where I'm at, financially, emotionally, spiritually, start being grateful, and you will start to see yourself go from better to better to better. And the thing that I know that people kill their destiny and their dreams with is living in their head and thinking of the lack. When you think of lack, it is going to grow and manifest faster. Have you ever thought, man, I just knew it? I just knew it. see, I made a wrong move, and I just knew that that was going to happen, and it was a bad decision, and I called it. And you can be one of those people, but at the same time, you're going to find that same thing showing up over and over and over and over and over again. My husband said to me the other day, he said, I knew it. He said something about like knowing about something. And I said, babe, why did you say you knew it? Because now it had to happen, because you knew it. You saw it, and your power in your mind just totally manifested the exact thing that you didn't want, because you gave it power and you focused on it, and you had a clear intent that I knew that was going to be. You know, I know my future is beautiful. I know that no matter what, I can fail 1,000 times, but I'm going to fail forward and I'm going to succeed, right? It's a knowing. No matter what, give it to me. Give me the obstacle. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go around it. I'm going to start shoveling with a shovel and go under it. I know in my heart, I'm going to, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. But if I said to myself, I know I'm a loser. I know. Oh my God, it just makes me want to cry to even like go there in my mind to think of such horrific thoughts. But we tell ourselves that every single day, and every single day we're not inching towards our destiny. So I love you. Let's build one another up. Love and gratitude. And you know, at first, sometimes gratitude, especially if you're in a place where you feel like you've been wronged or hurt or suffering, or maybe you've lost a child, or you're in a deep, dark place, so it's really hard to be grateful. You know, when I miscarried, I miscarried 3 times in the second trimester. And the first time I miscarried, I suffered for a year. I went into this God doesn't love me, this whole story, this whole ridiculous story. And then the second time I miscarried, I said, I'm so grateful I got to touch you for a moment. Oh, that changes everything, right? I'm so grateful I got to house you for 6 months. For 6 months, you chose me to be like, you know, and I don't know the purpose. I don't know the plans. I would be stupid to think that I know all the answers, but I know that we are created for more than just this life. I know that from the moment that we are born, we are going towards our death. And I know that there's more than just this life cycle of living to die, right? Right? So at the end of the day, it's like just touching you. And then when I delivered my 3rd stillborn, because I've had to go and deliver all these babies, you know, and that moment, it was like I got to really just own it and just say, oh my God, I'm so grateful for the experience. I'm grateful. I've always wanted to like give birth, you know, and I've had 3 C-sections. So, you know, to actually go through the labor and the pain, that's always been a dream of mine. So even though it didn't have the outcome that I wanted, what a beautiful experience, and how just beautiful to be able to just really be in that moment and that pain and just that pushing and, you know, real labor, right? Real intense labor with no drugs. I mean, oh my gosh, right? That's been a dream of mine. So it's like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Like, I'm so grateful that I got to have that experience, because if it was a full-term baby, I would have had to have a C-section. So at the end of the day, thank you. Thank you for that child getting to touch me for a moment. And thank you that I will get to be reunited again. Do you know what I mean? Like, thank you that there's no accidents. It's by no accidents, you know? And yes, we're in a falling world, so bad things can happen. But if you look that the Lord loves you, and there's goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, and you believe that, no matter what happens in your life, no matter how bad it gets, no matter how lost or the big of a loss, you know that, okay, the Lord loves me. There's goodness and mercy that will follow me all the days of my life. There is by no accident, you know, and yes, there's things that in this world will crush you and make you heartbroken, but it's in that moment that you're like, you know what, I'm going to choose that this was a crazy experience, and that is not where my destiny is, and that's not where I'm going. And yes, you know, we can be in the middle of crisis, right? If something happened, if somebody came up around here that was crazy or mentally not, you know, in their state of mind and did something, that's not God's fault. Do you know what I mean? And I used to think before that was God's fault. Like that was God. And now it's like, no, we're in a fallen world where people get to program this every single day. They get to make choices. And what are the choices they're making? If they're meditating on anger and hurt and heart, and they wronged me and they wronged me and they're wrong, and the world doesn't like me and no one likes me, and blah, oh my God, do you see the story and the script and how quickly someone can go and grab a gun and go and shoot somebody else? Because when they're filled up with that, and that's in their heart, and it's radiating out of every cell, right? Even if they came in contact with me and I'm sending love their way, they're so filled up with that anger. If I happen to be in that moment, at that time, at that place, in that space, guess what? No matter how much love I have in my heart, I may, out of a miracle, can turn the situation around. But chances are, as much as I'm meditating on love and they're meditating on hate and hurt, right? And those worlds collide, it might not be the outcome that I would hope for or wish for, but at the end of the day, it's still perfect. Does that make sense? It's still perfect. And we can really get to that understanding that we're on borrowed time. We're here out of a miracle. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. And when we really understand that and really just my heart's beating so fast right now and just feeling that, oh my God, I'm alive, right? I am so grateful I'm alive. And I know that this message might be a little controversy, but I just want you to try on a different hat, because a lot of times the hat that we're wearing, if it's not working and the psychology that we've been telling ourselves is not supporting us, we've got to lose it and dump it really quick. 7 years ago, my psychology was working so against me. I could have really seen myself homeless, right? Because that's what I was thinking on every day. And someone gave me an opportunity, and that opportunity changed my life. And I took that little tiny opportunity and I made it into an extraordinary opportunity. Now, different, companies along the way, but it's like just an extraordinary experience. And so I'm grateful. So get people in your life that, want the best for you. If you've got people in your life that really don't support you, tell them you love them and say, listen, I need you to support me and build me up. The world's going to tear us down and I'm going to build you up and you're going to build me up. And if you can't do that or support me, I love you. But at the end of the day, this is all we have. You know what I mean? Is each other, right? How cool was it to see the support right here at the school? I mean, I almost wanted to cry. Are we doing that for others? And so think of not how can people bless you, but how can I bless others today? I'm going to go and build so many people up. I'm going to go, got a training appointment now. I'm going to go tell my trainer how beautiful she is, how awesome she is, how amazing she is. I'm going to build her up to where she is just going to love training with me. She's going to love it. Okay, I love you guys. I love you. I know this was long. I'm going to try to shift my morning motivators to do some more live stuff. Thank you, George, for that. And not do so much, me trying to put it onto things. But I love you. Beautiful helicopter in the air. So exciting. One day, I'll be able to fly from place to place in my private jet and helicopters, and so birds and sing. And so manifest what you want. Start giving yourself the things that support it. What are your dreams? Is it a dream house? Start envisioning it. Start getting it alive, getting it in your cells. Dream board it. I'm so big on dream boards, right? I look at my dream boards and a lot of things I've done. It's time for new dream boards, right? There's always a way. There's always a way. So just get creative. Think, how can I do this? Not why is this? How can I make this happen? How can I be in a way that I'm going to be successful no matter what? And, if you really understand that there's no such thing as failure, there's only repeated opportunity and slight calculations, like, okay, this is where I did wrong here. Now I'm going to turn around and kind of do it this way, right? And we just recalculate, we're going to get an entirely different outcome. Ooh, Sonia, woohoo! I love you. I hope you loving your superfoods, girl. I love you, girl. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, you guys are amazing. I love you. God bless. And I don't want to be late for my trainer. Yes.